Hey. Hey.
Hello.
I see somebody already added a bunch of PRs to today's agenda. But if anybody has any other topics,
Yeah, I did
you're
that to
welcome.
help out Ellen. But please feel free to reprioritize if there's something more important to talk about. Um, Alan's traveling, so I'm not sure if he's coming.
No, he just said to me that he will be at the computer in a few hours, so I guess maybe not.
Oh, okay. So I think we could start then. We could just kind of walk through, but if people on the team have something they want it, which is higher priority, just please bring it up. Um, I just put in the beginning here, I grouped, there was a whole bunch of ones for support that were listed for the 32 architecture, with FreeBSD. I don't know if
Mhm.
they're worth, if you want to go through them or just kind of group them.
No, some of those first group of 6, 7 PRs mentioned, they seems to be already in different stages of progress. The first patch about fault limits timeouts, it seems already approved but waiting for CI completion, so that should land soon.
Okay.
Uh, Second, atomic alignment. There's some discussion about how to better handle it. The idea of the PR is to suppress compiler warnings, but I personally not exactly happy to suppress it. I would try to look for source if possible, but there's discussion between Alan and Brian, Somers and Brian, how to better do it from the perspective of uh, make files and how to make. That's definitely not my area. I'm not going to comment to that side,
Right.
so I hope they will get to some conclusion. But if anybody wants to jump that area, please go on. Next PR seems to be okay. But I already commented there. we are not so much using in OpenZFS uint_max_t and %ju formats. We usually use long unsigned and respective %llu formats. So maybe it's just a question of taste. Generally, patch is trivial, but yeah, I would just prefer it slightly different. I hope Alan will respond to that.
Okay.
Fix printf format specifier, somewhat similar. I don't have objection about the code as done, but there seems to be older problem that I think we could fix while there. Since time t on some architectures, it's not long. It's actually in 64, so it should be long. Again, I commented there and hope for that feedback. Again, trivial change and just needs another look. And the next fix warning about SHA-2, it's just question of taste. It's actually already merged. But from my side, it was a question of balance between, as proposed, a bunch of if defined those architectures, versus I would think about something like maybe unused or some other compiler directive just to suppress warnings about unused function. But whatever, it's already merged, so be it. Next, PR about PC clone bulk size. It's okay, it's actually already merged too. The question there was how to better guess on a dataset level what should be maximum or optimum, or not maximum, minimum block cloning size for the purposes of NFS server, at least on FreeBSD. And we ended up using DSL dataset feature is active function to check whether a large block feature is active for dataset. Since record size may not always represent what's already on disk, it ended up that way. Just after it's already committed, I thought that maybe it could be used in combination with record size, but whatever, it's already committed. And honestly, as Nick Rick Macklem commented there, FreeBSD doesn't really care what value is returned. It's more cares whether it's 0 or non-zero. But whatever, if it's committed this way, if we sometime need to be more precise, it could be made more precise. For now, that's where it is. Anybody wants to talk about module parameter about decompression of Scrabble blocks? Do you have anybody? Alec, I guess not. But yeah, I guess it could be interesting. Potentially, idea is to make Scrap not only verify checksums, but also verify the data decompressible. Honestly, I'm not sure it should really happen, but I guess we could do it. The only question how to do it. Currently implemented PR tries to do custom decompression in a separate code in a read-done callback, while I think it would be nicer if it would be done in the IO pipeline to make it more scalable and just use what ZFS already has. But that would be some rework, and I think if we in general want that feature, that would be nice to go. I guess it could be called work in progress, or if anybody have any other thoughts about it. I wonder if anybody actually saw situation when there would be massive checksum difference as well, or massive decompression errors without checksum problems, because I personally don't remember those, or at least I haven't seen symptoms that could point me in that direction.
I haven't seen them. I mean, it's plausible if you have like a bit flip error in memory before the like after the checksumming, but before the or after the compression, but before the checksumming, where like on the write path where it ends up written to disk corrupted because of that. But that's a very specific scenario.
Well, yes, that's what I thought too. I'm not sure it was additional custom code for that. Again, maybe if we could use the IO pipeline to do that decompression, but I think current flags that we have in the IO don't allow to do that. Where we have raw encrypt and raw compress, but it's been a couple weeks ago, few weeks ago. I don't remember what exactly we are missing, but we are missing something there. So I guess it just needs some reconsideration. There was not update since August 15. So I guess it's to Alex. And another one we have.
This is the one Paul's working on, the ZLook utility that is in there.
Yeah, I heard about Paul.
I was just going to say, it's been tweaked slightly. It's not a separate utility anymore. It's now been folded into ZHack, a sort of an extension of that tool's ability to mess with pools. I did just push an update to the PR, which is that it looks like ZHack didn't really know how to handle disks with 4K sector sizes correctly. It always assumed that all disks had a 512 byte sector size, which is fine for reads, but wasn't fine for writes because of some code in ZFS file PWrite, which like splits the write into two halves so that Z-test can simulate write failures. There's just like this chain of dependencies that cause like problems if you have 4K sector size disks. So I've pushed a fix that allows you to work around that by setting the default file A shift in ZHack.
Mm-hmm. I was on vacation last couple of weeks and busy before that, so I'll try to take a closer look on that PR. Mm-hmm. Brian added me to reviewers, but I haven't even picked on that anyhow, other than what you described to me before. I'll try to take a look. I guess you may want to update PR title.
Yeah. Go through and rewrite the commit now that it's not a separate utility.
Okay, if no other comments, next one is we have a label format for large disks. It's also yours, Paul.
Good. Yeah, I just wanted to get some more eyes on it. I think I've addressed the outstanding feedback, and I was hoping to get some more feedback. So if people are interested and they could take a look, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember I complained there about having no size for different segments and something like that. But yeah, I need to take another look.
Yeah, I went back through and reworked the way the table of contents is laid out so that it has the offset and size for every segment built into it, so that way we know, like, even if there are unknown formats in there, you can always find where any given segment starts, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, I need to take another look. I think I asked before what should we do with old potential labels in old locations when we create new one. Shall we wipe them or not? Like generally, shall we wipe all the reserved area in new format, or there could be already something useful in there?
Yeah, so the design right now, there is no mechanism to overwrite an existing, like a disk that already has the old label format with the new label format. The primary reason being that like you would also have to shift all the data in the VDEV back because like we take up more space at the start of the disk for the new labels now.
Oh yeah, that's sure. I'm not talking about conversion. I'm talking about case of there was some old pool, and then here you create a new one.
Ah, gotcha.
We will end up with two sets of labels and then try to guess which one of them is better.
We do still write the old label format in the new setup because you have to in order for the import process to work. So because like import only looks for that old label, and so that it knows all that code only knows how to look for the old label format.
So we still have some old label, just some dummy incomplete, or what do we have an old one?
The old label will still have like one Uber block in it. It's just that Uber block will have like feature flags and stuff, and the config will have feature flags and stuff that mark the pool as not readable by old format ZFS. And part of the goal there is that like if you try to import a new label format pool on an old system, it will know that there's a pool there and it won't let you accidentally trash it.
I see. But area of Uber blocks is just empty.
I think there's one Uber block because it has to be for the import code to work the way that it's written right now.
Okay, I'll take a look. I just see that for some reason GitHub says that branch has conflicted that must be resolved. It doesn't show what are the conflicts, but
I can take a
maybe
look
I
at
need
that.
for force push or something, or
Yeah.
rebase. Any other comments from anybody? Nope. Okay, the next one, the FSLO sent encrypted. It seems like Brian was even desiring to merge that into 2.4, despite we already branched it, and I kind of agree with that. Would be nice to have it. No, it's formally not great, but it should be done already. But I just noticed that Alan somehow didn't push proper version with the last push, so he promised to do force push again, and I hope we'll be able to merge that soon. Yes, me and Brian both accepted it.
So we can still pull it in even though you guys already branched 2.4. Basically, we can still get that in.
It's a new feature. It doesn't require pull modification. I think we can all agree to some level of flexibility. Formally, we probably shouldn't, but what Brian said, like that was his.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
Brian
great.
said, I'd love to see this wrapped up so we can pull it in for the final 2.4. That's his words, and I won't object.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep. Welcome. Next one, text slow read child during reads that I need to take another look. It took number of iterations, and yeah, I guess there was some updates lately. And I need a refresh.
Right.
I was out.
Right, Paul, is there anything else, or we just need it reviewed at this point again? Because you did a bunch of stuff there.
There's no outstanding issues. The tests seem to be stable at this point. Brian and I have talked about it, and he's also been running some workloads internally, and he hasn't been seeing spurious setouts. So it seems like everything's been resolved on that front.
Yeah, I need to look on new mass, on new statistics, how it's done, how it works with low number of disks and so on. Because previously that was questionable to me. But yeah, hopefully this one will work, but I'll take a look. And another one added, multiple pool support for the test. I haven't looked at that at any point, and the test, honestly, I have no idea about. So if anybody could review that, it would be great.
Okay, I think I'll look to assign that to get someone to review that in our team, so we can move that one to closure. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's quite an old one actually from the previous year. It's it will have it will celebrate a year tomorrow. So I don't think we'll do it within a year, but yeah, we should at some point.
Agree.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I generally like to see number of requests dropped to 130 while I was out. It was 150 before, So, but we always have some things to look back. Hopefully we'll shrink it lower.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no, that's all we have on agenda. Wonder if anybody has anything else. As kind of status, 234 was released not so long ago, and we are merging it into our TrueNAS builds. 2.4 is in progress as it was planned, and getting merged into FreeBSD 15 which also in its release cycle, even so a bit rough at this point. I actually saw we have some CI issues with FreeBSD 15, and it seems like they are repeatable, but I had no chance to look on that yet. It panics somewhere in ZFS. Would be good to understand why. It seems like there is some regression, but I don't know whether it's FreeBSD or ZFS. But I saw already several panics on it just today, but I haven't tried to reproduce. That's all I can think about. If the topics, anybody has anything else?
I do not. Anybody else? Quiet today.
Yeah, I guess maybe a short call. I hope we'll see everybody on upcoming OpenZFS summit in a month and a bit, month and a half.
Question about 2.3.4. Does anyone know if the port in the FreeBSD port tree has been updated to that yet?
I don't know. I think Martin Matushka updated port last time, but I haven't checked whether he did it this time.
Okay.
But if not, I guess Martin could be pinged to update it. I may check. Brian already created a vendor branch for new ZFS, or for splitting ZFS 2.4 versus master. So as soon as FreeBSD 15 stable 15 get branched, we should have separated version for master and 3.4 or 2.4, but yeah, that's in progress now. Okay, updated ports. Where is it? Yeah, ports already 2.3.4. It's updated.
Okay, great, thanks.
Yeah, August 28th. Quite fast. Okay, I guess thanks everybody then, if no more questions.
Thank you.
See you soon.